Yes, sir. What it do, baby guys? Welcome back to the Sixthman Sneaker Channel. Guys, I'm just so grateful and thankful for all the feedback that I received after seeing the Air Jordan Retro 10 custom that was on Dr. Eric Thomas Reel over the last day or so. And just to all the people that have sent messages, I haven't responded back to everyone. I do want to say first and foremost, thank you. And if you aren't right now, please take time out and you're watching this video to like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also make sure you're following me on all social media platforms for any other projects and products that's going to be up and coming in the next weeks, the next months, and the next year or so. So thank you guys again for doing that. And now with the story about the Air Jordan Retro 10 custom, guys, they had a lot of people that reached out to me asking me to design or do some customs for them. We can, and for those inquiries, we'll reach out. I'll definitely make sure I reach out to my team and see if we can get some of these projects to fruition. And if you do receive a message, just respond back as soon as you can, and then we can just talk about the different designs and the edits and the customs that you want to do to some of these sneakers. And if you want to do something from scratch, we can try to work on getting those projects started and created as well. So, but this video is about the Air Jordan Retro 10 and how they came to life, and kind of like how did that occur or happen, because I didn't do a lot of promo. I didn't do a lot of just, you know, kind of prep time with sending it out and letting people know what's coming and what's going on with the design. But there's a reason for that. Is so I had a very small time frame, or I had a tight window of time for the Air Jordan Retro 10 Chicago to Detroit, which was actually a fun challenge to take on, because like I actually had a message that came in from Mrs. Thomas, or DeDe, that came in on, it was about August 20th or something, I think August 21st, and Eve's birthday is on September 3rd. So when I was, you know, hit up about the request, I was like, man, that's a tight time frame, that's a tight window. However, it's not impossible, but it just really got to make sure that we get the ball rolling and get the ball moving immediately from the request. So the request came in on Facebook. Me and Ms. Thomas, we got on a phone call, and so she described me the scope of work that she was looking for, and also just the inspiration behind the shoe, because just with him being a humble man, with him being a very a humble guy, it's hard to get them gifts. It's very difficult to find them items that really just mean a lot to them, especially for that time frame, or that milestone being the 50th birthday for again, a legendary figure in his right and in his field. You just want to make sure that you get something that stand out, that's really near and dear to a person's heart when they get to that milestone. And she said that would be through sneakers or through Air Jordans, a custom design just for him, after seeing what we've done previously with the Air Jordan Retro 11 ET Inspires. So once we got the request, once we got the inquiry from Ms. Thomas, I needed about a day to put that design together. And the reason I needed a day, because I really wanted to take the different concepts from different ET messages, like when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, which is the one that really blew him up. When he also talks about being born in Chicago but raised in Detroit, but going back to visit family in Chicago, being homeless, eating out of trash cans, also his wife coming down with MS, just some of his favorite scriptures, or the scriptures that he kind of conducts and lives by, not just living by all of them, but some ones that really are near and dear to his heart. We want to make sure that being the basis and the foundation of the design of the sneaker. So as you can see in the Air Jordan Retro 10, on one side we have the Chicago skyline, and then the Chicago initials on the top of the shoe. Then on the other shoe we have the Detroit skyline, and then we have the Detroit initials on top of the shoe. And on the inside of the shoe we have the different trials and tribulations that have been faced on life, and his accomplishments as well, that's on the inside of the shoe. And with the shoe, or the canvas, being the Air Jordan Retro 10, the reason that shoe was selected because of the time frame that we was under, and also it's a blank canvas shoe. It's a miracle that we were able to get the shoe in the turnaround in time, because so once we took on the project, the shoes had to be sourced, and with sourcing these shoes, unfortunately, no one in my particular area had that shoe readily on hand that could be to me within 1 to 2 days to give my partner, Paranormal or Gavin Jordan. Make sure that you follow him on Instagram. Enough time to complete the design of the sneaker. But it came to me, I'm talking about I'm talking about the flash, the thought of where I could get the shoes. And it just happened to be my older brother. We wear the same, so we used to wear the same exact shoes or size shoe, but he wears the same exact sneaker size as ET. And with this shoe, years ago, with him being the person that introduced me to sneakers and sneaker reselling, one of the shoes that he ended up getting was the Air Jordan Retro 10 Chicago, the exact shoe that I needed. And he actually had 2 pair from probably about 7 to 8 years prior. And with those shoes that he had, he played ball in one, and then he kept another on ice, never touched them, unworn, dead stock. And it just so happened that just the word was given to me, and I just remembered, like, yo, your brother has another pair. I was like, I wonder if he wore those pairs after 7, 8 years. He probably definitely wore those shoes, and so I wouldn't be able to use them. I have to try to order or try to locate somewhere out of state, probably pick up a pair of Air Jordan Retro 10 Chicago's. So I gave him a call, I hit him up, and I was like, yo, Jameson, do you still have those Air Jordan Retro 10s, like dead stock, unworn? He was like, and you could tell he didn't want to answer because he knew if I was calling, I really needed them for something. So he definitely didn't answer right away. And then he eventually like, yeah, I still got them. What's up? And I was like, oh, well, and then I enlightened him on the project that I was working on and I was taking. And there were some rules and some stipulations that came with him providing me those shoes. And, you know, one of them, like, look, if you're going to use these shoes, I need another pair. So however you're going to do that, like, so I made sure that I definitely ordered another pair. But his stipulation was, if you just make sure that you just swap me out for this pair when the other pair comes. I was like, Jameson, I was like, if I could just order this shoe, or order this sneaker and get it, I would just order it in and I would just, you know, use that shoe. But I just don't have enough time because every day counts because we got to get the shoe created, done, finished, and then we got to get it mailed out. So he obliged. He gave me the sneakers. He didn't give me a hard time about it, but he did want to make sure that his sneakers was on the way. And I sent him the confirmation of the tracking and stuff that the shoes are on the way, and I will definitely have these to you the next couple of days. But I just need these shoes now so we can go ahead and get to work on this project. So now, the Air Jordan Retro 10s was delivered by my brother. He came through, and again, that was just a miracle. And I want to say it was about 8 years so that he had these shoes unworn. And I believe there was a specific reason and a specific calling on him to not put his feet in those shoes, so I could have them for the project that I needed them for with these Air Jordan Retro 10 Chicago to Detroit. I got the sneakers to Gavin. We sat down and had our meeting. I gave him the concepts and the information that was pulled together just from the different messages that he has preached and also inspired or motivated others during his conference. And we put that all into the shoe. And so on the outside, on the exterior, we have one story, and on the interior, we had another story because we believe both sides of both of those situations affect or bring you into who you are today. So your external factors and also your internal factors. And so on the shoe, you will see the skyline is on the external or the outer side of the sneaker, and on the internal side of the sneaker, there's another story or a different perspective on that side of the internal battles that he had to face, the emotional battles, the emotional side of life that has to be conquered by a person, and that he's conquered probably over these 50 years. So the Chicago, the Detroit, they raised him. Those were the external things that made him into the person he is. And also those internal factors with his wife having MS, him eating out of trash cans, just him just when you want to breathe as bad as you want to succeed. Like those moments in time help create the legacy that he's created. And that had to be basically rendered and photoshopped onto the sneakers so Gavin could have a good etch or sketch to work off of to really mock up that shoe. And then we had to present that mock up to Mrs. Thomas, which she approved, which she loved, and we got to working on right away as soon as she turned around that approval. And again, we're working in a time frame of August 21st to September 3rd. And you know, it takes probably about, 2 or 3 days for shipping to get there. And I'm talking about to confirm, because it has to be received and then it has to go out and then you have to get it delivered. Also, then you have to make sure that you get it from, or you get it picked up, you get it shipped out. So we knew that we didn't have all the way up to September 3rd. We had to about the 30th of September 1st to make sure that we get that product out and we get that on time. And so that was overnighted, which wasn't an issue, which wasn't a problem at all. So Gavin killed the design. He turned it around in probably about 3 to 5 days, made sure it dried, made sure it was scratch resistant, and really took his time with just making sure that it was to the exact rendering of the sneaker. And he definitely did a wonderful and did a great job on that project. And so once we completed it, we got some pictures taken, and that was even a blessing, because my videographer slash photographer, Rico Day, he was able to just stop what he was doing and drop and take pictures that evening of the sneaker that was being mailed out that next morning. And he has a lot of shoots, he has a lot of projects that he takes on too. So I just want to tell my team and my guys that I was working with on that project, man, thank you so much for just the time that you spent, the time that you put in, and just being available to help bring that project to fruition, to make sure that we got the necessary pictures, make sure that we got the video done, just to say thank you, and then also to make sure that we brought a quality product to people, or to someone that's changing the world and changing people's lives. So, but the Air Jordan Retro 10 Custom, that's how it pretty much came together. It was in a tight time frame. It was executed, and it was just one of my favorite projects that I've had worked on up to date. And I do have another one coming with the Air Jordan Retro. I don't want to tell you, so just make sure that you guys stay tuned and that you just look for the next upcoming custom, because I believe that it's going to be better than the last. So we're just taking things to another level, and we're constantly evolving in this custom game. And I believe that this upcoming Air Jordan custom is going to be the best one yet. So guys, appreciate you for tuning in. If you stay to this video, to the end of the video, make sure that you like, that you subscribe, and you comment, and you let me know how you feel about the Air Jordan Retro 10 Custom. And then make sure that you stay tuned for the next Air Jordan Custom that's going to be in the next upcoming month. So just stay tuned, and make sure that you check out all the videos on my channel, and make sure you follow me on all social media outlets and platforms. But if you are here and you're here for the sneakers and the reselling, I just want to always remind you, if you catching L's, if you haven't hit that got 'em, if you haven't hit on a raffle, just make sure that you keep trying, because all it takes is one W to turn all those L's around. And if you've been losing and you finally get that W, you'll know that it was because you kept that same energy.